Hi guys, it's Brigitte again. I'm going to share with you some of the projects that I'm putting in my February Secret Squirrel box. Our challenge was to make an organizational journal, and a lot of us struggled with this idea because we didn't quite know how to approach it as far as, like, you know, binder, pockets, this and that. So what I did was I used one of those old-time, good old days Michael's dollar bin tab journals, and they were white, which I just edged with my black paint dauber, and I covered all the papers with the Die Cuts with a View La Creme stack, which has a lot of like flocked paper, and it's almost like black and cream, but the cream is like tinged a little bit with yellow, I would say. It's a great stack, actually. I really enjoyed working with it. So, and as you can see on the cover, I barely did anything with the paper because this is all, with the exception of the bling, this is all flocked paper, flowers here. So what I did was I borrowed this diagonal idea from Char. So she inspired me to try something new here. So I laid down the ribbon and the Rena bling and tried something new for a change. And then I put one of the book plates here with a butterfly charm. And I kept some of it simple. Here what I did was I used the notebook border punch. These are Quickutz dies that I just basically, you know, I stuck together. This one I made a pocket. Oh, it's not, oh, there. It's like you can put whatever you want in there. But these I left just for decorative purposes, you know, and I stamped them with, I used a lot of Teresa Collins stamps, and, oh geez, I forget some of the other stamps I used, but if you have any questions, you know, you could always leave them and I'll go back and look and see what I used. And I used, in between the pages, I used some paper bags. So I covered them also with the papers in the stack. And this says noteworthy every day. I didn't necessarily put like inks. I didn't make it an inventory journal. I kind of did like a half and half where you could, you know, either sketch or draw, put your Copics or inks down, or just journal. So I kind of left it up to her. I stamped some of these tags with the, I think it's a Studio Calico grid stamp. And I just stuck some things in there. Just some little tags. So I gave her enough to start with and kind of make it her own after that. Then this I just put note to self. This is a glitz stamp. This is the Tim Holtz part of the, I think it's the Regal crest, and that's just a punched border. And then I put a little die cut dress form here, dressed her up a little bit. And then I put some quotable stuff in here according to note to self, like date due. This is a Maya Road transparent, well, it's kind of like a half transparency. Nothing in there. Then I punched out, this is, I die cut a Ssss, I forget what this is called, some kind of pocket. And then I put some stuff in here, some little tags, that kind of stuff. And this is a sticker mounted on top of a journaling spot. I added a few grid pieces of paper here. These grid pieces and stuff like this and this was from the Basics collection of Basic Gray. Then I just, you know, made a simple whatever she wants to do with this tab. And this is just some lace, bling, I think these are Recollections flowers. This is a piece of the flocked paper from the cover, and this is a Marianne's Createable die. This side, I embossed this on just a Spellbinder tag die, put some bling around it, and then this she could do, I left it up to her, like memories. I left, you know, little journaling spots. And maybe like her little wish list. So that's that. And then this page, I just created my own little pocket. If she wants to stamp something on here, I left it blank for her. Put a couple of things. This is from a, I don't know what the title is, but it's one of those Studio 490 stamp sets. And I put just another piece from the Basic Gray for journaling, or, you know, like lists or whatever she wanted to do there. And then on this page, I just kind of, you know, left it blank in case she wants to put something on here, if she wants to head this page with something. And then this is also from that stamp set. And then I put a little bit of a border from the other tabbed page that was, I actually used scrap. Oh my goodness. So I glued it down there, and another paper bag. This paper happens to be from the Paris Nights collection. I don't know if that's GCD Studios. And then I put some tags in here with the, that's the Stampin' Up! Tag punch. These were from, I want to say that My Mind's Eye stack with all the craft paper and like all of that journaling about family. I'm sorry, that's such a bad description. And what I did here was I put in some Gina K paper and put a little thing here that said Copics. I made it very informal. If she wants to make her own little list, there were downloadable copies that are just a little too much work for me, especially since my paper gets stuck in my printer. And then I left this one blank. If I was going to put inks there, but you know, she could do what she likes there. And then just some another piece of paper. This is also from that Studio 490 stamp set. I think it's called Artist or Scrap Room or something. And that's it. The back, another, this is flocked. So that's the journal. And let's see. Then what I did was I made this little box from a Quickutz die. And I used the Teresa Collins Posh collection for this. And it happens to be one of her favorite paper collections. So, and what a surprise, I had it. Imagine that. Of course, I'm joking. I mean, I'm not joking. For those of you guys who know, I am like the most ridiculous paper whore in like the history of scrap rooms. So anyway, what I did was I made a little flower here with seam binding, and this is the Saw Crafters buckle and half pearl with some bling, and then I put seam binding around and put this Carla's trim here. And I was going to put the note cards in there, but I cut them a little too close to the box and they didn't all fit in there. So what I did was I was going to put the note cards in the box and make that just, you know, her little whatever she wanted to do with it. But now I can put some little trims and stuff in there, and these are the note cards that I made with the same, like the box, the cameo die from MFT, and then the Marianne's Createable. So very simple. Just used a lot of the scrap stuff that I used. I didn't want to waste the paper. And this is not necessarily like my color scheme, these bright pinks and like super bright black and white, but I thought it went great with what she wanted. You know, I figured since we weren't allowed to use pink or blue on the box or the journal, that I could kind of play around with the extra little goodies I made her. And then this is a company called Moleskine or Moleskine. They make these, they make them in a lot of colors, but I had bought these in craft, and I just whitewashed it with my white paint dauber. I put a border punch, seam binding. This is a doily that I got, I want to say from the Freckled Fawn. Cameo, again, assorted IAR WOC flowers. This is a spray from the wedding section. Just the note, the inside pages here are blank, so she could just use this as a simple journal or whatever she'd like to do with it. And then there's a pocket back here. So that's the journal. That's just the, you know, a little extra. I wanted to play around, and I really like the way that this came out. So those are my extra projects that I was working on, and I hope it doesn't take me a month to make another video, but sorry guys, I was super busy. But I hope everybody has a great week and a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.